Hey heroes, welcome to the Heroes Institute. I'm Damien, and today we're going to talk about love. And we're going to talk about the only condition you should have for love. So if I were to ask you a question, why do you love your lover or your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife? What would you say? How would you answer this question? And for a lot of people, they might be like, okay, I love my partner because they make me feel happy, they pay the bills, they're good in bed, they're attractive, whatever the reason there is. Yes, and the point of this is that there's an inherent problem with my question, or the way to even answer this question, is that it presupposes there is a condition for love. So what I mean by that is that you only love someone for if they provide you with something else. So they meet a condition, like I will love you if you pay the bills. So what happens if I don't pay the bills? Does that mean you'll stop loving me? And obviously a lot of people are like, oh no. But if you look at what happens in society, most of our relationships are predicated on these conditions. For instance, like one of the main conditions is like I have to feel this kind of passion, attraction, or excitement, and as soon as this condition is violated, as in I don't feel any more passion anymore or excitement to see you, it's time to leave. It's time to find someone more exciting and better, and that kind of gets my passion juices flowing. Anyway, so this is the problem with society. It portrays relationships in a way that it has to be conditional, that there is these social contracts that we enter in before we love someone. And what I mean by these social contracts are these exchange of value. So my value to someone else might be that I take care of them, I pay the bills, I'm attractive, or I'm just saying, whatever reason, and they might be like, and they might give me love in return, and whatever they give me. So it becomes a transaction. That's the important thing. Well, that's the thing to note about today's society's portrayal or kind of depiction of relationships these days, because no longer we have this idealistic notion of everlasting love, unconditional love, as you see in these movies, that it transcends all boundaries and overcomes all obstacles. The love we see today is, in reality, is more of a transaction. I'll love you if you do this. It's a if-then kind of statement, and that's very damaging to the whole notion of love. It kind of contradicts it, because love is an emotion, as I always say, and emotions fluctuate. They are volatile. There's no, if let's just take another emotion, happiness or excitement or joy. You're never happy all the time, or excited all the time, or joyful all the time. There's going to be times where you feel sadness or depressed or angry, and that's normal. That's the human condition. That's what is normal. Now, how's that different with love? Why should we feel love all the time? Why does love have to be constant? It's not constant. It fluctuates like every other emotion. There'll be times where you want to slap your partner right in the face. You want to, kill them, strangle them, and that's normal. That's the other side of love. There is love, and there is fear, or hate. As I said in one of my previous videos, that they're two sides of the same coin. There's emotions that are part of the same coin. You're going to have this volatile roller coaster ride when you enter in a relationship. So, how's that different with society? How it portrays it? Because if you look at all these societal trends, like social media, social dating apps, they all focus on instant gratification. It's very superficial, to the point where we base our relationships on certain conditions or criteria, like they need to be this tall, or they need to make this much, they need to be this hot before I'll even consider them for love. And that you just introducing conditions, and what happens if they stop being attractive, they lose their job, and then that love is gone. Then basically you just give up the relationship because the conditions of love have been violated. So that's what I mean by social contract. Now, also things like, you can see this trend in our marriages, how we have really high rates of divorce, like around 50% in most countries. Well, not most countries, but a lot of countries, the first world countries, where people just divorce after certain things, like when it gets tough, when there's people who cheat, they lose the passion, they have kids and they argue all the time, and then they just give up on love. And those are all legitimate reasons to give up on love, or to get out of the relationships. But it just perpetuates this notion that love becomes a social contract, that as soon as you stop feeling love or these positive emotions, and anytime you feel these negative emotions, it's time to get out. And what does that do? You don't give love a chance to overcome or to come back. You just give up on the whole relationship. There's no way love's going to come back. I mean, of course, people can always get back together, but this idea that we give up when things are hard, that's the thing I'm trying to get at. So the solution, and it's a very simple solution, but like all great things in life, they're simple but not easy. And what I mean by that is that it's simple to do. I mean, the idea is simple, very simple, extremely simple, but to do it, it's very challenging. So this introduces the idea that the only condition for love is to make it unconditional. And sounds contradictory, and it is, but when you think about it, to be unconditional is to remove all conditions. So I don't care how much you make, I don't care what you look like, I don't care how you make you feel, but I mean, like, I don't care if you don't make me feel safe. I mean, okay, probably not that, but these other conditions where they're more superficial, when you remove all these conditions, you allow love to flourish, because there are times you're gonna have these fluctuations in emotions, and there are times when you're not gonna feel happy with them, you're not gonna feel safe, and these are terrible examples, but you get my point. There's but other things, like there's going to times where you lose your job, you're going to gain weight, and they're not going to be attracted to you as much. So when you remove those conditions, you prevent yourself from giving up because of certain reasons. I'm going to leave this person because they don't have a job, I'm not attracted to them, they don't make me feel happy anymore, they don't make me laugh anymore. So when you get rid of all these conditions, it's like whatever, you accept whatever happens. And that's a beautiful thing in relationships. Because the truth is, all relationships, no matter how good they are, there's going to be suffering. And there's a beautiful quote I love from Bob Marley, which goes like this. Let me try to remember it. It's like, let me just quickly get, how's it go? I don't want to paraphrase, I just want to kind of quote it directly. Okay, this is part of a longer quote, but the truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You got to find the ones worth suffering for. And I love that, because you can't love does not exist without pain or suffering. You need to have both to have that kind of up and down. It's not just a straight line. So if you remove the condition that just say someone causes you pain or suffering, then when someone causes you pain and suffering, you won't really give up on love. It's like you accepted it. It's part of the package. It's the whole package. And I mean, mind you, there's going to be times where someone might cheat on you. They might treat you. They might neglect you. They might even abuse you, and that's terrible. And you probably should move on from some of these kind of these terrible situations. But the whole idea of unconditional love is that it prevents you from kind of experiencing these things in a way. So if two people get enter a relationship, or what I like to call like an emotional bond, and they have the perception or the kind of the attitude where love is unconditional, then that's the most beautiful thing in life, because you both don't have these expectations or conditions that I'll only love you because of this and that. It's only when both people have this unconditional love that love can flourish and overcome any obstacle and everything like that, all the beautiful, romantic, sloppy, yummy stuff that we tend to associate with love. So let me give you another quote, because I love quotes. So in the case where someone might leave you, because you might be thinking like, oh, you know, if I love them so much, but they keep hurting me, you know, or they're not happy with me, and that's okay. That's the beauty about unconditional love, that anything goes, and you got to accept whatever, you know, whatever happens, you know. So another quote I like is, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it was never meant to be. So as you can see, there's a dual nature to love. There's a good side and the bad side, but then you can't really see it as a bad side, because as I said before, when you have a bad side, it's like you're creating condition. You're more likely to create a condition because society prescribes that we move towards pleasure and avoid pain, and that's not a very good attitude to have in life, because there's, as I said, suffering, pain is all part of the package. So in the end, it's all about unconditional love, that it allows you to accept whatever happens happens. And when both people have this attitude, this view or kind of mindset about love, you're a lot more likely to flourish and create these resilient, strong, beautiful relationships that will overcome any obstacle. Because, you know, that's what love does. It's beautiful, yet it's tragic at the same time. But when you just acknowledge the beauty of it, it's just so much easier in life. You know, you don't hold too much on the pain. You know, it's like pain is just as beautiful as pleasure. You know, so yes, that is the video. Hope you guys liked it. I hope you got some insight. Let me know in the comments below. Give me feedback, and like, share, subscribe if you got something out of this video. You know, the usual. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.